sports activity. It is recognized by the International Olympic Committee and is a member of the Association of IOC-recognized international sports federations and of the General Association. The UIM is the world governing body for all powerboating sports activity. It is recognized by the International Olympic Committee and is a member of the Association of IOC-recognized international sports federations and of the General Association of International Sports Federations. The UIM is composed of 52 affiliated national federations representing thousands of pilots, officials, event organizers, and other enthusiastic participants. The coordination of all this international activity is done on a daily basis by the skilled staff at the UIM World Headquarters in Monaco. The primary objectives of the UIM are to develop, promote, and coordinate all powerboat sports activities on a worldwide scale. To achieve these goals, the UIM establishes rules, assists in the development and promotion of new classes and new technologies, and works towards continuous improvement of environmental awareness and boating safety. Circuit, offshore, pleasure navigation, and aquabike are among the major disciplines fostered and supported by the UIM. Formula Future, a category limited to participation by children, fills the need to develop young talent for powerboating, a matter of high priority for the UIM.
Okay, so that's a little bit about UIM. I'm not a boating person, but however, I got into this boating because of my what I do for a living. I'm into logistics. So while I'm at the airport, I met a lot of Formula One drivers who take their equipment around the world, and which I got involved with. And they keep asking, Prasanna, are you from, where are you? I said, Sri Lanka. So he says, oh, Sri Lanka, what a lovely place. Why don't you have powerboat racing? I said, no, we don't. So it kept going for about 5-6 years. Eventually, I said, okay, why don't you come down and have a look? So I brought them here. They had a look, especially the Bay Area and the Cinnamon Lakeside. They said it's a wonderful location. So we will give you the membership. As far as they're concerned, they can help me if I can build it. As a Sri Lankan, I said, yeah, why not? Although I didn't know nothing about powerboating, I said, yeah, I'll take it. I got the membership in 2009. So the first thing I did, I went to tourist board to say, I got the membership, I want to do this, and they were not very interested at all because they have not seen powerboat. I showed the videos. They said, oh, you need to bring a boat here. At least you need to have something to show. So I brought some boats eventually, tried to do it. Again, it's still the same problem. So that's my start, more or less, the powerboat racing in Sri Lanka. Eventually I started the office at the Cinnamon Lakeside. Kept asking to use the Bay Area Lake, which didn't happen for years and years. But eventually I got the green light to start the Bay Area Lake event in 2021. And however, the COVID came, we could move forward. But during the last so many years, as Sarah said, we did many programs, training programs. We brought some boats, international Formula One racers, world champions. We went around the country, including Norelia, Pasikuda, Ventura, Negombo. So we did as much as we can. So I think we didn't have the full support from the government before until I met few people recently. So which I found that the one government entity can't help. So when that entity try to help another entity will not help. So which is very difficult, because when you come to Powerboat, it's so many things. You have the sports and entertainment. So you have the sports part, entertainment part. Most of the people who have got boats have lots of money, so they don't want to go to a dry place and do racing. They like to do racing in a nice location like Cinema Lakeside, where you have the hotel, you have the Bay Lake. So it combination of both. So because of that, so we need to focus on the sports part as well as the entertainment part. So when we try to canvas for people to come to Sri Lanka and do some racing, they always ask, where is the location? So when you tell them it's Trincomalee, for example, immediately they say, oh, it's too far to travel. Why? Because from the airport they say 5 hours travel, there's no shops, there's no town to do anything, the family can't come and do anything else. But when you tell them in Colombo, we have full support for people to come. So that's the thing. It's only not a sport, it's a sports and entertainment. So I think we got the right balance to do it now. And also, as you know, we have lots of really good manufacturers, boat manufacturers, where we can build the boats, where we can build the trailers, many other things. Now, one of the biggest problems we have in Sri Lanka is the transportation boats, the trailers. The trailers has to be built according to the boats. So we don't have a proper trailer manufacturer. As far as I know, there's one or two is here. I think we can move forward on that, where we can manufacture boats. When the boats come to Sri Lanka, the boats has to be transported from one venue to another venue. Although we have so much of water around the country, but we have to transport the boat. So in order to transport boats, we need to have the trailers. The next problem we have is the access to the water. The waterways, we have so much of water, but no access to water. So it's a must that we need to have access to water. So access to the water, as well as we need pontoons to launch the boat. So going to the water is one thing, and from the water where we get into the boat is the pontoon where we need. So I think there's one gentleman here who's prepared to do some research and manufacture, because at the moment we have to import these cubicles from China, which is very expensive. Only very few people who import, and it's not possible. In fact, we are struggling to put a pontoon here, which we can't at the moment. So there are issues. I think we know now. We can iron it out. One last thing I want to show you. Indonesia is one of the biggest tourist destination, as you can see. They signed an agreement with the Formula One 2 years ago for 5 years to have Formula One race. So the Indonesian government did a video, which I got a copy, which I'm going to play that on now. You can have a look at it. Take it out. Done. Give me a video.